You're watching Everfree Radio.
And now, Everfree Radio presents Stay Brony, my friends, with DustyKatt.
I love that music. Don't you?
that music.
Don't you?
that music.
I do.
Don't you?
that music.
I do.
You know what? Turn that off, or you're going to echo all night. Just don't do that. Welcome and greetings to everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. We're already into the cider just a little bit. Because our guest hasn't shown up. That's right. Our guest has not arrived. And I don't know why. I did contact him earlier in the day and said he needed to be here at X time, and he's still on Do Not Disturb. So I don't know. So we're just going to play around here. Screwy's here with me. Aren't you, Screwy?
Oh, yes, I am.
Screwy's here. Yay. So Screwy's going to be up there having a good time with us. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into some question and answer while we wait for our guests to arrive. So any of you, I know we're like flip-flopping it a little bit here tonight, gang, but I'm sort of handcuffed. So anybody who's in the chat, come up with a couple of questions for me or for Screwy, and then we'll try and keep you entertained for a little bit while we wait for our guests to arrive. Hey, any questions coming up now, Screw?
Let's see here. Oh, here we go. How do you get your inspiration for your manliest brony in the world on videos? And this is from, I don't know how to say that name, but you know who you are.
Actually, inspiration for those comes pretty easy. I've always had a penchant for helping people, for giving little tidbits of information. I've been through a lot in my life, people, a ton, and I've made my mistakes. And hopefully, in the little things that I do with the Manliest Brony series, I can give you little bits of wisdom that have helped me over the years, so that some people don't make the same mistakes I made when I was your age. And there were a lot of mistakes being made, a lot of them. I've been all over this world making mistakes, and if I can help somebody not to make those, all the more power to you. That, and it ends up being, tying it into the whole Dos Equis thing just made it all that much more fun. Just being able to do that. So I'm glad you all enjoy them, and I hope to have them going for at least another year or so until people start getting tired of them and stop watching them. So, yeah, that's where I get my inspiration from is mistakes in my own life. So,
this one's actually from Flutterdash. I'll put it towards both of us. The question is, are you a fan of Johnny Cash?
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, I've been really wanting to do a Johnny Cash song. Haven't come up with one yet. Someone had asked me to work on a project with them, Johnny Cash style, but I haven't received the instrumental music yet. And as soon as I do get that, then I'll be working on that song. But yeah, I do love Johnny Cash, and really want to do some of his stuff because I think it's really awesome. What about you, Screwy?
Oh, actually, my dad is a huge Johnny Cash fan. Like, I mean, like, he has everything about him, and I've heard a lot of his songs. I wouldn't really say I'm much of a fan, but I there's come to a point where I knew most of the words when I was young because it's all he ever listened to, and I've grown. I've pretty much grown to his music, so I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but it's not like I don't like him. I actually do respect that man. So, yeah.
My friend Bolt, who is in the chat, just texted me. I recommend Folsom Prison Blues. See what I did there? Haha, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Good one, Bolt. Yeah, I'll remember that one. Okay, anybody else? Next.
This one was actually asked from Bolt to me, and he asked, so why did you choose Screwball to represent you? Truth is, I didn't choose it. Final Draft gave it to me.
Yes.
I don't know where to begin on this story. It's like, we sort of did a radio airing kind of thing, and it's like, so, how are your biscuits today? And when I did that, and when me and Skipsy did that together, he kind of gave me the name Screwball because, as you see, Screwball flies by the screen
Yes.
on episode 2 of season 2.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just that, and the name kind of stuck, and I just went along with it, so that's my name now. So that's what it came to. Aw. And then one person said that they love me. I'm feeling loved all of a sudden.
Yay! We all love Screwball.
Yay! I love all you too. Let's see. I'll move on to the next question so I don't... Final Draft asks, Dusty, why do you wear the black?
Why do I wear the black? You mean the shirt?
I'm guessing so.
Is that way? Because it has this on it. That's why we're wearing the black tonight.
Yes.
I just ordered another shirt, new shirt, the Wonderbolts goggle shirt. So I finally ordered that one. So that one should be here in a week, I hope. And then I'll have a new shirt. But yeah, I'm hoping for that. And we're also hoping to get our own shirt produced through We Love Fine. I've got the design in the hands of upper management, as it were. And hopefully that's in the hands of We Love Fine soon. And we'll have a shirt that represents not only Everfree Radio, but this very program right here. So keep your eyes open, and hopefully we'll have one soon.
This one's from Savior Gabriel. He asks, I got a question. What's that you're drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking Magner's Irish Cider this evening, and I'm keeping the good stuff for a little later. So the Magner's is the warm-up tonight. So that's Magner's, and we have a local brewery, Red Branch Cider Company, local here to Northern California. I went out and bought that one special just for tonight. So, yeah, we'll be cracking that a little later.
Yummy. I'm currently drinking absolutely nothing. This one's from Sketchy Sounds. He asks, Dusty,
Yes.
have you ever... What? I don't know how to say this. I'm just going to ask it. Is, Dusty, have you ever tried Kopparberg?
Kopparberg?
Kopparberg.
I don't think so. Sketchy, get with me after the show. I need to know this. Okay, this is information I have to know. So you get with me after the show, and we'll...
He says it's Swedish cider.
Sweet? Oh. Ooh, Swedish. Ooh. I'm going to have some of that. Sketchy, we're going to talk. You, me, talk. After the, after the show. Okay, next.
Clutcher Shy asks, where is your hair?
I fired it. Fired it. You're fired. Because it wasn't covering the dome anymore. So therefore, gone. Because, you know what? It's summertime in Northern California. It was 82 bucking degrees today. And it was like all hot. So I was thinking about doing it for the summer anyway. And then if anybody has seen my latest Manliest Brony on aging video, when we do the pan shot, and you see this big bald spot in the center of my head. I just said, you know what, that's enough. You know, no more ignoring it. It's bald, so might as well make it look good, take care of it, and then go from there. I think I look fine. I think I look, Screwball, do I look nice? Tell me, Julie. Tell me,
actually,
Julie. Do I look nice?
I know. I'm telling the truth. Like what I told you the other day was that most people, they look really terrible when they have bald hair, or just bald, straight up bald. And the truth is you actually really got it going. I'm not gonna lie.
Have I got it going on? Have I got it going on?
Yes, you got it going.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you, because I was really worried. I was really worried about it. If I know Screwy is good with me being bald, the rest of the world can just. So.
Oh man, and honestly.
Okay. Hey. Whoop, wait.
What?
Our guest just checked in.
Yes.
Yes, the guest just checked in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring him in a call and calling him right now.
Gavin asked me, what is your favorite beverage? Short answer, Sprite.
Right.
Yes.
Hello.
I love Sprite.
Zach, is that you?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Zach.
There he is.
There he is. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Sorry, I got a little kind of late there.
Yeah. We we'll rub it in later. So yeah, so we got Zach Morris with us tonight, and Zach does a number of things, mostly known to be an artist of great renown. He is doing the Ask Surprise Tumblr, as you can see. Surprise is right here over my shoulder. And so we are going to run a little preview, a surprise intro, as it were, that I made up for all you people who might not know who this gentleman is. You get to know about his art, and we'll be right back after that plays in about 2. Okay, people? See you in a bit. And we're back. Hey, hope all y'all enjoyed that. That was a bunch of stuff off of his DeviantArt account and also from the Ask Surprise Tumblr. So, Matt, why did I say Matt? My brain hurts. Not enough cider. Let me take another drink. Zach, not Matt, Zach. Zach Morris. Probably because your last name's Morris, and I'm thinking Matt Morris for some reason, who used to play baseball, who was I was a fan of. So, Zach, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, basically, I've been, drawing since I was like 3 years old, and I've come to like it over the years. It's something I don't hate anymore. Yeah, I've been like into comics and cartoons and animation basically like forever. Although I really got hit by the animation bug in high school when I studied like the old Looney Tunes, Disney classic animation stuff, and I copied it, all the time. And I went to college for a few years to study it. And now I'm working on getting into the business, hopefully. Kind of, one thing that's really cool about this fan base is the people, the actual professionals making this show are actually paying attention to us, which I think is awesome.
Oh, it's entirely awesome. I can call myself friends with Sipsy, which is amazing to me that I can say that on one of the layout artists of the show. It's like, so she'll every now and then I'll get this message on DeviantArt. It's like, Dusty, how are you doing? It's like, oh, she's talking to me.
Good, nice.
Yes. So you say you're into what kind of comics did you grow up with? I mean, cartoons. Excuse me, cartoons.
Mostly stuff from like Cartoon Network from the 90s, Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls was awesome. Like all those Ed, Edd and Eddy, Cow and Chicken, Ren and Stimpy, The Simpsons, just all Futurama, all that, awesome stuff.
I love Ren and Stimpy. I have some VHS tapes of pencil tests of Ren and Stimpy laying around somewhere in my attic. Yeah, I was a huge fan of Ren and Stimpy myself. And you said you were also into comic books?
Sort of. Well, more comic strips from newspapers than comic books, like the superhero comic books per se. But yeah, like I've read. Like in high school, I went on a mission to read every single Calvin and Hobbes book ever made, and over the course of a year, I did it, and it was really cool.
That's one of the things everyone should do, is they should find a bunch of Calvin and Hobbes and read it, because a lot of what Watherson was doing was cutting edge for the day.
Oh my God, yeah, that guy was awesome.
I mean, if I remember correctly, there wasn't nobody did strip comics that didn't have borders at the time. I mean, he was the first guy who got the lead in a Sunday comic and then just basically took all the borders away and said, "I'm just going to do this free, big old panel full of stuff." And newspapers loved it so much that they just had to run it.
Well, kind of. I mean, back when newspaper comics first began, they actually got like a whole page to do that and go nuts with. And then over the years, like we're talking like back to the turn of the century. Oh, okay, yeah. Then like over the years, they got smaller and smaller because they had to fit more and more into space. And newsprint got more expensive until it got to a point where everybody had a small little space in the paper. And Watterson was kind of like, no, let's bring back that awesome old-timey stuff. And he had to spend a year fighting his lawyers like really bad just to get that much space. And finally won. So they kind of put up with him doing it more than being like, hey, this is cool.
Well, that's good.
Because it did cost a lot of money, but that only lasted about 5 years, and then the comic ended. Yeah,
which really stinks. I know he left on top, which most people would love to do, leave on top. But man, I wish we could have got at least 1 or 2 more years out of it, because it's just freaking awesome. So you're doing the Ask Surprise Tumblr, which is awesome, by the way. And I love this. I put a little bit in that flyover of Surprise running at the glass fish tank with a sledgehammer, which I think is like the best panel I've seen drawn in years. Because it's just you see this. It's like the look on her face is like, I'm going to hit it right there, and it's going to crack, and I'm going to hit it with everything I've got, and it's going to crack, and I'm going to get my fish. And you can see the whole thing in this. It's all happening. It's like you can see her moving when she's not even actually moving. It's like, it's a lovely, lovely panel. I applaud you on it because it's just freaking awesome. But you also do little animations in your Tumblr. How is that done? I don't know how that's done.
Well, basically, right now, I recently acquired Adobe Flash, and I've done a little bit of animation in it, but I'm still got a lot to learn in it. But like. The recent one where she's juggling, I actually drew that frame by frame in Photoshop. You can actually do that. It's pretty cool. And then the problem with Photoshop is when they make GIFs, they're very good quality, but they run very slow. So I had to import that into Flash, and then the objects are actually just objects that are tweened in Flash. They look like they're moving really fast. So you get this nice, quick frame rate. And the reason the motion looks so smooth is just because I like to put tons and tons of in-betweens, lots and lots of frames, like, in between. It's very tedious, but it makes a very smooth-looking motion when it's done.
Yeah. That is... Yeah, when she was juggling stuff off the screen, I was going, what? Like, where's it going? How did he do that? Nice.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I drew, like, one picture, like her body is just one layer, and then
Okay.
arms, I trace it, like, over another layer, and I make it a little bit less opaque,
Mhm.
and keep tracing over it, just like you do with paper, basically.
Oh, okay.
Less easy.
So you do most of your stuff digitally?
Yeah. I used to exclusively draw with paper for a long, long time. I only, in the last 2 or 3 years, picked up a tablet and actually learned how to draw digitally. And oddly enough, Surprise has actually been great practice for learning to quickly make good-looking, just digital line art without having to scan hand-drawn stuff. Like most of the stuff for my DeviantArt, some of my older stuff, that's all hand-drawn, and then I scan it and I color it in Photoshop. It's like a mixed traditional hand-drawn media.
The one of the pictures I used was the chess set, the rook at the front of the chess set.
Oh yeah, that was hand drawn.
I was wondering because I looked at that going, that looks like it was hand drawn because that's all I do is I don't do any digital art myself. I do a hand drawn scan, and then I'll color it in the computer if I'm not using colored pencils. But yeah, I was going, that had to be hand drawn. It just had this different look to it. Really beautiful piece, by the way. Love that thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you do for a living outside of art?
I kind of sort of work at a Wendy's, which, yeah, it's not very glamorous.
Not very glamorous, yeah.
You
but
gotta get a paycheck.
Yeah, it's a paycheck, but you're always looking to get into the art field, right?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. Have you been? Is there like? I know you're in Columbus, Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my twin brother lives.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's 2 of me. Yeah, my twin brother lives somewhere outside of Columbus. So I sort of know the area. There's not much in the way of animation houses in Columbus, is there?
There isn't. That's always kind of been the bane of my existence, living in the middle of nowhere. Like I've always wanted to be in like California, where stuff actually happens. Or some.
Have you done anything like send a test panel to DHX Media or some of these places?
I've been working on a portfolio. In fact, that chess piece is one of the pieces I was going to put into that portfolio. I want to get a few more seconds of animation nice and polished and finished, and then send it to him just to like see what they say. And a few other studios like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, any of those other places would be great too.
Yeah, I'd say do that because at least put that piece in because that's a really nice piece. So, are you doing commission work? Are you making any money on the side doing commissions?
I do. Now and then I do commissions. They're not open right now because I'm kind of busy working on the animation stuff. But I have done a few commissions. There's 2 pieces in my gallery that actually, some of the commission pieces I did were OCs, and they actually came out really, really nice, which I was kind of surprised by. I don't get why everybody slams on OCs so much.
I don't know either. Everybody seems to like mine, but I think that's because he has a mustache. Yeah, that's awesome. So remember, people, watch his DeviantArt page, which is Will Draw for Food 1. That's his DeviantArt page. We'll put the link up in the re-edit. So and make sure you watch because getting a commission from this guy is going to be worth some money someday. Where else do I want to go? We've done animation, where you want to go with it, how you draw it. So let's talk about the show, My Little Pony. What is your favorite aspect of it?
At the very beginning when I started watching it, a lot of it was just the animation. Because, for one thing, the backgrounds in this show are gorgeous. I've tried drawing them, and it takes, like, a while, because they cram so much stuff just into a simple background. And, the characters' facial expressions are just priceless sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
The motion is really smooth. You can see the way that they're using the layers in Flash. But, it's not just the animation. After a while, you kind of realize that the writing is also fantastic. Voice acting is great. The sound effects, the music. It's like it's all just a solid show.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really hard to describe any other way than just good in every aspect.
Yeah. I try to say the same thing when someone asks me. It's like, okay, what about it do you don't like? Can you pick out anything that you don't like? It's like, it's kind of hard to pick anything that they're doing wrong. What did you think?
Besides not making enough of it.
Well, yeah. Besides, we only have 13 more episodes. Hasbro, you're listening to me? We need more than that.
Mm-hmm. I think we're going to get more than
that. I hope so, too. I really do. I mean, I know that 13 more makes them syndicated, right? But with the viewership they had with the finale, the 2-part finale, it would be almost, why would you not come up with an entire third season? I mean, you guys set, viewership records for the freaking channel.
Yeah.
So there's no reason not to. I hope they do. I do. It hasn't been announced. I'm not gonna jinx it, but I really hope they do.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. What did you think? What did you think of the finale?
Oh my god, I loved it. Oh man, so much awesome. The singing was great. The villain was one of the most awesome villains I've seen in a TV show in forever. Freaking Chrysalis, dude.
Yeah, I have to admit that Chrysalis was really striking, both from acting and from. Yeah, both from acting and from the whole thing. It's just the design
Swiss
of the character.
Cheese.
Yeah, Swiss cheese.
The
Swiss cheese. There's this really great drawing that came out last week of Chrysalis in a bathtub, and it was an OC pony, picks up her arm and blows bubbles through the forearm, through the foreleg. And I was like, oh, that was just perfect. It was awesome. I just laughed my butt off for like 20 minutes. It was pretty funny. But I was sitting there watching it myself, and you come down to the end of the first, where Twilight is crying on the steps, and fake comes out. Chrysalis comes out, and basically goes, "You will be," and it's ring of fire goes around Twilight and takes her down to the depths of pony heck. I'm not saying hell, but I was like, this is a show for little girls. No, it's not.
I know, I was about to say, like, that part where it's, like, the flames and stuff, like, what? Did I really just see this? Oh.
Yeah, did I see that? Yes.
It's like back when kids shows used to give you nightmares all the time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we had this afternoon program in Detroit, which was the horror flick, in the afternoon. And they had its own live host who dressed up like Dracula. And he was convincing. And I was like maybe 7, 8 years old at the time. And we watched that. We watched that in the afternoon, and then I actually sent a fan letter, little kid fan letter, to the local Detroit station. And the guy sent me a signed picture of him dressed as Dracula. And I'm happy. I put that on my wall, and I go to bed. And I couldn't sleep because his eyes followed me around the room.
I will suck your blood.
I will suck your blood. But it's like, okay, and then you're making this for little kids of the day. It's like, okay, 8, 9-year-old kids are watching Chrysalis take Twilight down to the depths of pony heck. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, other than the finale of season 2, what is your favorite episode? Other than that.
Of what?
Your favorite episode of the series, other than the finale of season 2. Before we got there, what was your favorite episode?
Well, from season 1, my favorite was definitely Sonic Rain Boom. From season 2, it's a really close tie between Lesson 0, Secret of My Excess, and A Friend in Need.
Yeah.
Or Friend in Need. The one with the donkey.
Yes.
Those are like just so good episodes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm Secret of My Excess, I think, is my favorite from season 2. And people keep telling me, well, you must love Rarity, because most of what I like is Rarity episodes. What got me is Rarity falling back on the bed and whining about how pathetic she is. And then Secret of My Excess this season. So we go, oh, you must love Rarity as well. I kind of like Rarity, but I kind of like Tabitha St. Germain. It's acting much more than anything, and that's kind of sort of what pulled me, and I like that myself. So
I like
Yeah.
Just
Go ahead.
because that moment where they're falling was just such a genuinely touching moment. You know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
After all this time, he finally told her. It's so
Mhm.
sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so sweet. I know. And I was like, what's going to happen to them in the future?
They haven't really done much with it.
No, they haven't, and I bet they won't. They won't until season 3. Somewhere in season 3, they'll have another one. I'm hoping to see Spike grow up a little bit. I'm hoping he's going to be bigger next season. He'll grow a little bit, you know, because in the first 2 seasons he's been the same size. And I think we've gone through about a year of pony time. A year in Equestria has happened. So I'm hoping in season 3 he'll be just a little taller, just a little bigger, you know, maybe. See,
Cool.
some sort of acknowledgement that time is going on. You know, I'd like to see the Cutie Mark Crusaders go up a little bit, just be a little bit taller. You know, seeing as they're getting out of Philly and they're in between Philly and Twilight and Gang. You know, in an age group.
I just hope that if that happens, it doesn't stop being funny and starts getting all like, you know, sappy drama.
No. It's gonna be hilarious. I mean, it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
There's no way that Thiessen is gonna let it be anything but hilarious. I mean, it's just gonna be, you know, they're gonna be fine. I do. I just hope a couple of things happen, like the Cutie Mark Crusaders get their cutie marks, or at least one of them does, and then we get to witness the Pegasus families actually getting some time. So,
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so here comes the $57 million question. Favorite pony?
Twilight Sparkle.
Twilight Sparkle. Why?
Ever since the first episode I saw, just for one thing, I love the hairdo, but she's also like freaking adorkable stuff. Mostly the hair.
Mostly the hair?
I have a thing for like long, dark, straight hair. It's just adorable.
Ah. I see. You're kind of that guy then, huh? I see. Uh-oh.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh. Oh no! I didn't invite them to the show.
Yeah, my mom's puppy. He gets kind of excited. Sorry.
That's all right.
Anyway, yeah.
That's all right. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Down
We
now.
are. Oh! I missed commercial time. Oh, we're gonna go to commercial right now. So, Zach, you hang around, and then we're gonna play a commercial. And when we come back, you, out in viewing land, are going to be able to ask your questions of Zach. So we'll be right back after this commercial message.
Oh my.
It's harvest season here at Sweet Apple Acres, and the You Pick Apple adventures have begun. You can make the most of this opportunity by getting a bushel full of the plumpest, juiciest apples this side of the Everfree Forest. Whether for a homemade apple pie, delicious apple fritters, or fresh off the tree, it all begins with a visit to Sweet Apple Acres Apple Orchard. Go visit with the Apple family, a short trot southwest of Ponyville. Applejack,
Well, how'd it do?
Granny Smith,
I
Apple Bloom,
want it now!
and Big Macintosh
Yep.
will treat you like one of the family. Fresh apple cider? Try our 10 varieties. Apple pies and dumplings? Mouth water. Sweet, red, delicious apples? They got 'em. Tart Granny Smith apples? You'll find them there too. No ladders needed. Just rear up and buck you some of the sweet apple goodness that graces the plates of our princesses Celestia and Luna. And remember, our apple stand can be found at the corner of Appleton Road, right near Quills and Sofas. Apple cider donuts, fresh apple butter, and apple juice. It's always a family adventure at Sweet Apple Acres. Yes, we're back. And that is Sweet Apple Acres down there southwest of Ponyville. You can go down there and get you a bushel of apples any day of the week for cheap. So all you ponies, go out and check out Sweet Apple Acres if you haven't already. I'm sure you all have. And for all you humans out there, go check out WeLoveFine.com for all the new shirts. There's at least 2 new Sweet Apple Acres shirts. One being the winner of the latest contest, which is Sweet Apple Acres Cider, which you saw in that commercial. And if you use our code EFR10, you'll get 10% off on anything in the store. So make sure you use EFR10 to get all your pony merchandise. And we're back with Zach. And he's ready Oh my. He's ready for your questions out there. Your questions. What do you think? Hey, Screwy.
Hello.
Hello. You're still there.
Yes, I'm still here.
Awesome, awesome. Is anybody out in the verse have a question for Zach?
Oh my. They're going in like crazy, just out of nowhere. 1 second.
Why are you such a dork?
Okay. This one's from Derpy, Queen of Muffins. The question is asked: what is your favorite cartoon show of all time, excluding MLP FIM, and what is your favorite TV show of all time?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Oh, there's so many good shows. I mean, right off the top of my head, I mean, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Powerpuff Girls, Regular Show, The Weekenders. I've watched so many freaking cartoons. It's hard to even pick a favorite.
Yeah, when you're my age, it's even harder.
Yeah, I mean,
You've seen too many.
I guess if I had to pick one favorite, probably Powerpuff Girls. Just because it's another show that I would basically put on the same level as Pony, you know, solidly awesome in every way, I guess.
Cool.
As far as all-around TV show, probably Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, that was hilarious. That was a hilarious show.
Yes. God,
I miss that show. I miss it. Is Third Rock from the Sun, you said?
Yeah, Third Rock from the Sun.
Yes.
That was
I keep
such a
meaning
good
to,
show.
Damn.
Next.
1 second, going through the questions. Question for Zach. Often I see you engaged in Tumblr shenanigans with Solar and UC77. Care to go into that?
Who are those people? I don't know what you're talking about.
What you talking about, Willis?
What are you speaking about, Mr. Willis? Yeah, they're good friends of mine. I mean, I love their art. UC77 just draws the most awesome Pinkie Pie blog, and Solar does the same thing, except it's cuter. Solar's artwork is like, it's one of the few people whose art I look at and I instantly get like that warm, happy feeling inside. It's so cute.
It is so cute.
It's like kittens made of liquid adorable.
Speaking of adorable, what's with the Ask Adorable blog? Ask Dr. Adorable.
Oh.
It's like, are you actually, part of a team? Are you just being pulled in for comedy relief? Because that is a hilarious freaking blog.
Oh.
Ask Dr.
I do know
Adorable.
the guy who draws it, although I didn't meet him until after I did that storyline involving his character, because I kinda sort of stole it.
Ooh.
But he was okay with it. Oh yeah, he was like, oh my gosh, surprise, he's my character, I'm okay with it. Next time ask me though.
Yes, I was wondering if you guys were working together, because all of a sudden Dr. Adorable shows up and asks surprise. Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Yeah, that whole story was just like a crazy, like, it all kind of hit me at once. Just, I thought, why not make a clone of her? Ooh, why not involve Dr. Adorable? Why not bring all this stuff into it? It was crazy.
It was crazy awesome.
Yo.
Next.
This one's from, I don't know how to say this name. You'll know who you are. Question for Zach. What is the best thing about this fandom?
Probably, I mean, I haven't been in a whole lot of fandoms before, but, I was in the Star Wars one, and, South Park one, and most notably the Pokemon fandom before I came here, and that was the one that I started really getting into it, discovering, like, how to do things like forums, and learning about fan art, and meeting fan artists. And this one, I don't know, just the quality that these guys make out. I mean, I'm in a group with, like, 50 people who are just so amazingly talented. It's like, I can't believe how much good stuff these guys make, and it's fresh, it's creative, it's hilarious sometimes. It's just, like, I'm honestly overwhelmed, not only that they make such good stuff, but that they consider me their friend. Like, in all honesty, like, these guys are awesome. That's probably, like, the best thing. Like, I've made some of the best friends I've ever made in this fandom, and that's really saying something.
I'm sort of yeah. I got a little sappy. I'm sort of the same way because I come from different fandoms, and as soon as I started doing some stuff here, people are pushing me to be more and more creative. I mean, I love the fact that I have people pushing me to be better. I mean, it's like, okay, I had somebody say, one of my last songs was only it wasn't all that great. It wasn't as good as my older stuff. And then he compared me to Mando Pony, and I went, don't compare me to Mando Pony. Don't compare anybody to Mando Pony. I mean, he's pretty much, the god among men in the Brony music industry, so don't compare anybody to Mando Pony. But, yeah, I have people like Mando Pony and a lot of these other guys, Denotive, pushing me to be better and better. I've become so much better at music and so much better at, making video since I started in this fandom, and I'm really, really happy with being here and entertaining everybody and having people push me. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Next.
This one's actually from Sketchy Sounds, and it's not more of a question, but rather a simple message. He just likes to comment saying, of all the Ask a Pony blogs out there, I would have to say yours is my favorite. I love seeing surprises, antics, and you make me laugh every time without fail. Don't ever stop being so entertaining. It's a rare gift and a valuable one.
Aww, thank you.
That's so lovely.
That's so gorsh.
Oh, gorsh.
That's what I'm talking about. I get
Yes.
I get that all the time, and it's like, me? I'm just some guy who draws stuff. I don't...
You know what would be really funny, Zach?
Yeah.
Is if Surprise was actually working the counter at Wendy's. Right?
Yeah, some of my friends, we've tossed around that idea, and I'm like, no, she's a Wonderbolt. I mean, 2 jobs and a blog, that's a lot of responsibility.
That is a lot of responsibility. And, well, you always have her fly up to the takeout window.
Maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe the Wonderbolts just do fast food, who knows?
Yeah, it's like she's sitting there at the takeout window with a big list from everybody in the Wonderbolts. I'll take 15 triples, 4 doubles, 7 fries, 3 Frosties, and 2 baked potatoes.
Welcome to Wonderburger. Can I take your wonderful order?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Next.
This one's from Rozga. Hope I'm saying the name right.
Yay, Rozzy! Hey, Rozzy. Rozzy's a friend of mine. Love
Nice.
Rozzy.
He asks. He asked, how much time do you spend drawing for their Tumblr account a week?
She?
Oh, sorry. So sorry.
Oh.
I don't know that.
Now you're in the doghouse.
You know what? I've been in the doghouse for a while.
Yes.
About every week. Every answer takes, on average, a half hour to do, depending on how much, color, or if it has multiple panels or anything. And every week I average about 4 or 5 entries. I guess that's a good average. So, about 2 hours, I guess, a week.
2 hours a week? Yeah. I can see that.
Sounds about right.
And while I have Rozzy here, I'm going to pimp her a little bit, because she's also an artist. And she has Ask Rozzy Dazzy Tumblr. So that's ROZZIEDAZZIE Tumblr. So she also has a Tumblr, so you go check her out also. Okay? And that is awesome stuff over there, and she's a very, very good artist. So, and she does commissions, and she has a live stream she does commissions on. So you go check her out, and I'm sure you're going to be absolutely amazed and happy with checking out her as an artist. Next.
This one's from Bolt. So why is Surprise your favorite pony?
She isn't actually my favorite. Well, my favorite's Twilight, like I said earlier. She is a lot of fun to write for, though. Did I ever tell you guys the reason why I picked her for the blog?
No, you didn't.
Exactly.
No.
Well, basically, at the very beginning, I kind of just had this idea, just out of the blue, just, hey, why don't I do one of those blogs everybody else is doing? And I originally was going to do either Octavia or Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the hair. And I looked them up, and it turns out they both had very good blogs already. And I was like, well, okay, what else is there? There's already a Rarity blog. There's already an Apple Bloom blog. There's already, obviously, a Pinky blog.
There's about 7 Pinky blogs. Yeah.
a certain Pinkamena blog. And I looked through them all, and basically I actually at one point found a list that had everyone on Tumblr, and sure enough, everybody was already taken out of the show characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, great, now what do I do? And then I remember seeing this chart that had all of Lauren Faust's original character designs, like Firefly and Sparkler and all those guys. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, nobody's really done them yet, have they? And I looked it up, and they are all pretty much still available, except for, like, the Firefly blog.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, why not just do Surprise? It's just Pinky with wings. Yeah, why not? Because the kind of writing style that I have is basically just silly cartooniness anyway, so she basically fit that perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if it was Firefly, it would just be, hey, look at me, I fly and I'm cool, and that gets boring after a while. Sparkler, the same thing. Oh, fashion, no. But Surprise, at least, it's, silly cartooniness, and I can crank that out. Like,
yeah, with Surprise, you could do just about anything. I mean, she could, like, pull out a can of coffee, and it's funny. Like, what is she going to do with that can of coffee? We don't know yet, but Surprise will make it funny.
It's her TARDIS.
Yes.
The can of coffee is her TARDIS.
Yeah, the can of coffee is her TARDIS. There you go. Has to be Folger's red, or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Next.
This one's from Chaotic Harmony. Question is, what segment of the fandom do you like most? The art, the music, or the fan fictions?
I hate to sound biased, but I'm going to have to say the art, just because I've read maybe 3 fanfics, and the only music I've really listened to is, like, the Eurobeat guy. I feel kind of bad, because I know there's a lot of people who put a lot of effort and stuff into it, so I'm not, like, dissing those guys. I haven't really been exposed to a lot of it yet. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. You guys are awesome, too. I just haven't heard most of your stuff.
Next.
This one's from Twinkle Toes. Question is, what version of Photoshop you use, and any advice for a new pony drawing artist?
I currently use CS5, basically the newest Photoshop, the shiny new one.
Shiny, happy Photoshop.
My advice for anybody who's beginning to draw a lot of stuff, because basically, like, Chuck Jones once said that every artist has about 10 years of bad art that they have to get out of them before they start making good stuff, and that's entirely true.
Yep.
For the longest time, what I made was awful, awful garbage, even though everybody else says otherwise, but it was awful. And you're just going to have to keep at it, because if you want to get good at it to the point where you can make a living off of it, or you just want to make good stuff, you have to stay with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot like learning to play the piano or learning to speak a language. You start out with simple words, you start forming sentences, so you can make conversations until you can speak English fluently, but it takes a long, long time. It's that same kind of commitment. And it's also good at some point to study figure drawing. And that sounds kind of weird, but once you learn to get humans and the anatomy, like the skeletons, how the muscles and stuff work down accurately, everything else will become a lot easier for you.
Yes.
I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it works.
Yes, it does. I heard that same quote, but it was 10,000 individual drawings instead of 10 years.
Yeah.
So I used to walk around with a clipboard with typing paper on it. And I would constantly sketch on the typing paper, and I would take it off, and I'd crumple it up, and I'd throw it away. I'd sketch the next one, crumple up, throw it away. And I would continue to do that. And I would go through, a ream a month of just stupid sketches. And it didn't have to look like anything. It was just basically get some lines on paper. And basically after a year, it started looking like something. And by the end of that year, I could actually draw like a 57 Chevy and make it look like a 57 Chevy. Of course, I was 12 years old at the time. But, so it was, I completely back you up on that. It's like you have 10,000 or 10 years worth of drawings in your arm that stink. And the quicker you get them out, the quicker you get to the new stuff. So if that's, and go and take a figure drawing class. Most community colleges will offer a figure drawing class to anybody. You don't even have to sign up to the college. And some larger municipalities actually have an art group that'll have a figure drawing class on the weekends. It's like $10 or $15. You show up, and a model will come in, and you draw it for a couple hours. We have 2 of them here in the Bay Area. But try and find one of those. If you can't find a sit-down life drawing class, take a pad of paper, take a pencil, and just go to the local park. Or go somewhere people congregate. And just sit there and draw them. And draw them quickly. Don't, people keep moving. People move. So you need to spend like 3 to 5 seconds getting a gesture down. And then you go back and you tighten it up. Gesture drawing is another thing I try to tell people is like, a gesture is about 3 to 5 seconds. Basically, you're putting 3 or 5, 7 lines down to get the gist of what you're doing. A lot of what Zach does, especially with that one piece I talked about with Surprise and the sledgehammer, looks like a gesture drawing because it's so fluid and so moving. And that's how you get fluid and movement in your drawings is you gesture draw. You do it fast and quick and get it out of your head, and then you go back and you tighten up. Because if you're sitting there doing this with the pencil really tight and your arm is really tight, you're going to end up with a jagged drawing that doesn't really flow very well. So do that. Go find a park and take a Coke and an umbrella and just draw people for a couple hours. And you'll find that you probably have a very good time doing it.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right, yeah.
Next.
Oh, this one's from Cracking Laser 2. Question is asked for both of you. Who is your favorite villain in MLP?
Oh, man. You have to make me choose. Why? It's got to be either Chrysalis or Discord, and I can't decide.
My favorite villain is me. No, my favorite villain has probably been Discord because I'm a huge Star Trek fan. So having Q play a villain character in my new favorite series was just too much awesome. Too much awesome to put down. My second would be Nightmare Moon. Mostly because of the fandom, the fanon, that has happened around the character. I love what people have done with the character. Not so much what happened in the show. It could have been better, but of course it was the premiere and they didn't really have the character yet. It was just basically a throwaway villain. But what the fandom has done with it is just awesome. Then I would probably go with Chrysalis third. But yeah, Discord's probably mine, followed by Nightmare Moon.
Yeah, I guess if I had to decide, I'd probably say Discord, but Chrysalis is a close second.
Oh, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. and the thing is, she was doing her villainy for good. Because she was trying to feed her people. And I brought this up in a show last week. And I said, people, she's more of an in-depth villain than you think, because she's actually doing it for a noble cause. But she's still evil. She's still doing it very evilly. She's doing it, in the worst way possible. But she's still trying to feed her people. So,
oh God, complexity.
Yeah, complexity. This is for 8-year-old girls. Lots of complexity in here. Yeah. So, that's what I liked about that character, is that there was much more. It was much deeper to it. Next.
This one's from Pisley. Hope I said that one right too. For both of you guys, what do you feel is the cutest aspect of ponies?
Well, I watch it for the plot. I just like the art style. The art style is very cute. The whole thing is cute and striking and pulls you in from the minute you see it. As an artist, it's got a simplicity to it, but it's also very complex. It's sort of when you see original Mickey Mouse drawings from the 30s, that it's so simple, but it's yet complex. If you look at how it's drawn, there's so much there being told through a very small, minimal amount of lines, and it's very difficult to do if you've ever tried. So that's what I like, anyway. What about you, Zach?
Pretty much the same. One thing that the show kind of helped me do was kind of get back to my roots in a more 2D kind of graphic design look with my art, because beforehand I'd kind of gotten just a little bit much into the over-detailed, three-dimensional, like not in a bad way, but I kind of needed a little bit of a primer on the basic graphic design stuff and kind of getting the simplicity of where to arrange things in the scene and composition and stuff like that. And it was a big help with that.
Yeah, composition is awesome in the show. If you look at layouts of different scenes and the way your eye follows the movement within the scene, next time you're sitting there watching an episode, slow it down a little bit and where your eye travels within the scene, and it's sort of like reading a comic book. It'll go from upper left to lower to right, back down, and then over. And mostly as the scenes go, your eyes will be like it's reading a book because you're going left to right, left to right, left to right. Unless there's like a huge, like the Hydra coming up from the bottom or something to that effect. But most of it is very easy to watch because of it's the composition is done so well. So don't, next time all you out there watch an episode, slow it down a little bit and think about what you're actually watching. Think about, how much is said with so little, and you might be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
This one's from Derpy Queen of Muffins for Dusty.
Yay!
Does your mustache plan on making a Tumblr blog anytime now?
He tried. He tried once. He tried, and I had to trim that back because he was growing a little bit out of control. So I had to trim that back. So I let him get away with some things, but doing your own Tumblr. I didn't think he had time for that because he's got a 24-hour schedule a day, taking care of my face. So I didn't want to give him any time off to do this Tumblr thing. I mean, look, Zach's saying it takes 3 to 5 hours a week to take care of a Tumblr, and I can't be without him for 3 to 5 hours a week. I just can't. I just can't do it.
So. This one's from Wild Brony. At Zach, what's your favorite song from MLPFIM?
Ooh. So many good ones. Probably Smile. Not gonna lie, gotta love that Smile song.
Yep.
I remember when
Go
that episode aired for the first time, I was so like, oh my gosh, we're finally getting that freaking leaked song from forever ago. So cool.
It's the Smile song is so catchy and bouncy and pop and awesome. It's just one of those things you can't. It's like ding 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 ding. You can't not get into it. You just can't. It hooks you. It just grabs you by the shirt and goes, "You're going to smile now." Yes. Yeah. So I like the Smile song myself. This Day Aria is really cool. I wish I had done my cover a little bit better, but I might actually go back and redo it. It's been needling me for the last couple of weeks, and I'm going, I could have done that better. I really could have. I got so many projects going on right now. Going back and redoing something is sort of like, oh. But
yep.
Next.
Sorry, I had to restart my RC, so I'll just ask one personally. Zach, are you in? You said you're in art school, right?
I was. I kind of had to leave for financial reasons. I was. Yeah.
Did you like it at least?
There were things I loved about it and things I hated about it because I kind of had to commute, so I had to get up at 6 a.m. every morning. They were at the bus downtown, which was like, oh. But I learned a lot of really awesome, really valuable stuff too. So, like I said, the figure drawing. One thing that is really valuable is getting a good professor who knows how to work with you, learn your strengths and weaknesses, how to improve and show you what you're not doing very well and how to get better at it. I learned how to figure out what I hate drawing and how to get better at it and draw it more because I hate it. For example.
That's a good professor. Yeah, because I have had a lot of art teachers in my life that just sit you out there and put something on the middle and say, draw it. And they wouldn't come over and actually help you. They would say, yeah, that's kind of this, that's kind of that, and walk away. Because they got 60 people in the room. And
Yeah, that's not going to
yeah,
help.
that's not going to help at all. If you had a professor like that, I'm envious of you. Of course, I went to college. My first year at college, they put me into art history. And of course, first year art history is 375 people in an auditorium with one guy with a clicker going, "Now this picture is from the 1576 click." And basically, he'd go on so fast that you couldn't take notes. And it was like, and of course, you've never seen any of this. You're straight out of high school. You've never seen any of this Renaissance painting stuff. And it's like, oh, it was so bad. And of course, I was on a football team, so it's like you had to take it. You had to get it over with. It was like, hated it.
I could not stay awake during those classes.
No, I couldn't either. I couldn't either. It was the first thing in the morning, too. It was like my 8 a.m. class was art history. Heck. Hated it.
Yeah.
What up, Screwy?
This one's from Lightning Dasher for Dusty and Zach. Have you been outside the U.S.? And where have you been? And if not, where would you like to go? And he says hi from the Netherlands.
Ooh, the Netherlands. Well, thank you for coming over. Thank you for being with us this evening. Or is that tomorrow morning for you? Go ahead, Zach. What do you think?
I have not been outside the U.S. The furthest I've been from Ohio is like New York for the convention. That was pretty much it.
I myself have been to South Korea. I've been to Taiwan. I've been to Mexico City. I've been to Canada, Toronto area. Haven't been to Quebec, but I did it for work. So I had to fly over there and actually check out some manufacturing facilities in Taiwan and South Korea, which was an absolute gas. I had such a fun time. When we weren't actually working, they would take me to all these places shopping, or I went to a temple, went to a Buddhist temple. That was absolutely awesome. I want to go to Japan. I'm huge into the medieval Japanese samurai era, Edo period. Love to go to Japan. I would also like to go to Northern Europe because my entire family is from Northern Europe. So I'd love to see the Netherlands and Sweden and Northern Germany, Ireland, Scotland, places like that. I'd love to go do that. I do have some friends in Manchester, which is mid-England somewhere. I'm not sure exactly the placement of Manchester, but I'd love to go there just so I could ride motorcycles with him because he's one motorcycle guy. But those are the places I'd like to see myself. But I've been to a number of places around the world for business, and it was an absolute gas. Had a fun time.
Lucky.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was lucky actually because I took this job expecting I would never go anywhere, and all of a sudden, like the second year I'm there, the boss says, "Get your passport ready." It's like, what? Why do I need a passport? Well, you're going to Taiwan next week. It's like, what? Ooh, I am. Oh my God. So, yeah, it was one of those things. Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story. A funny story about Taiwan. As a businessman, you can eat your way across Asia because every meeting is punctuated with a meal. Everyone. It's tradition, or it's a business tradition. So the first day I'm there, we have this meeting in the morning, and it's lunchtime, and they take us to a place called the Red Door, and it's a restaurant. It looks like it's in a warehouse, but it's a restaurant, and the only reason it's called the Red Door because it has a red door on a white building. So we go in there, and there's all these places to sit, and they take us to a back room with this big long table, and there's like 20 of us, and there's 6 Americans, and the rest of them are Asian businessmen, and they order all of this food, and it's like there's 5 place settings with forks, right? Every other place setting has chopsticks. So I sit down and I ask them for a pair of chopsticks. Could I please have a pair of chopsticks? And at this time, I've got the mustache, but I also have hair down to my mid-shoulders, right? So I've got this big old ponytail and long hair and the mustache. So I look like your typical straight out of Easy Riders magazine biker. And I grab some things. I start eating with the chopsticks. I just have some rice out of the bowl and start eating with the chopstick. My boss elbows me real hard. I go, "What? I'm eating." He goes with this to the eyes. Look up. I look up. and there's like 20 Asian businessmen watching me eat. Because nobody they had ever sent over there from the place I was working had ever eaten with chopsticks before. So one of them asked the translator. It's like, I said, what? What did he ask? He says, could you pick up a piece of rice? I said, what? A single piece of rice like this? Click. I hold a piece of rice with the chopsticks, and the guy's eyes went like they were saucers. They look like Twilight Sparkle. And it was hilarious because I immediately got all of this cash with these people just because I could eat with chopsticks. And it's like from then on I was one of them. I was all good. And I learned the lesson of when you go to another culture, do it the way they do it, and you will immediately fit in. I mean, they won't look at you they'll look at you as an equal. They won't look at you as a villain. You know, you're coming to take their money or whatever. I was chummy with a bunch of the business guys over there from that point on. But it was kind of awesome. I'm sitting there going, oh, okay. I was hoping I didn't do something really bad, but I ended up being really awesome. It was kind of fun.
Nice. Oh gosh, sorry.
That's all right. Next, Screwy.
This is from Chaotic Harmony. Question, I'll put it for both. But have you ever read My Little Dashing? If you did you cry?
Well, I did. But I think Zach was saying he hasn't read much, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a fairly okay written fan fiction, which is a real tearjerker. You know, it's one of those things. Don't read it when you're in a sour mood or a sad mood, because you will cry. I swear to God, you will. You'll cry. Yes, manly tears were shed when I read that. It's 1:10. We're an hour and 10 minutes into the show. We got our second commercial is coming up right now, and then we'll be back to finish up the show. I think we'll have like 15 minutes left. So we're going to go ahead and go to commercial right here. We'll be back with Screwball and with Zach Morris of Ask Surprise Tumblr, and you stick around.
Ciao.
Since the beginning of time, the elite of Equestria have longed for pony fashions that truly express the essence of their very souls. Patiently waiting decades, no, centuries, for the perfect pony gown. Today, at long last, Equestria, your wait is over. Let's hear it for the breathtaking designs of Ponyville's own Rarity!
Certainly, Spike. All your ponies, be sure to visit the shop in Ponyville. For the rest of us, be sure to pick up the t-shirts, the bags, or even the posters from WeLoveFine.com. That's right, WeLoveFine.com for all your pony needs. And remember, Carousel Boutique, where every fashion says chic, unique, and magnifique. Mwah.
Hey everybody, welcome back. And that was Carousel Boutique down there in Ponyville. All you ponies go down there and see Rarity. She's gonna hook you right up with the best of the best in pony gowns for this year's gala season. But for all you humans, you need to go to WeLoveFine.com and use our code EFR10 to get 10% off of all your shirts and all of your knickknacks and all of your bags and all of your swags from WeLoveFine.com. And we're back with Zach Morris of the Zach Morris of the Ask Surprise Tumblr. So we are going to get right back at it. We have anybody else with a couple of questions for the man?
This one's for both you guys from Derpy Queen of Muffins. When was the first time you shed manly tears, and how many manly tears were shed?
Ooh. You want to go, Zach, or you want me to go?
They mean like watching the show?
Or
Or-
I guess you could say that. Like, what was? I don't know.
Derpy.
Uh,
Derpy. For manly tears for the show, or just manly tears in general in your life? Okay.
I'll say, show. Go for
The show. The show. Okay.
Oh, he said no. He says in general. Go
In
for
general, in life. In general, in life. So, when were the manly tears shed in your life?
Not in a long time. I'm gonna be honest with you. Gosh, I can't even remember. Probably first time I watched Wrath of Khan, oddly enough, when Spock dies. Oh my god.
Khan!
Yeah.
Khan! Yes.
Out of all the souls I have witnessed, this was most
Yes.
human. Yeah, that will get you.
That'll get you every time. For me, I'm 44 years old. There's been many, many times I've had to cry in my life. But the time that sticks to me is when my grandmother died, my mom's mom. She had terminal cancer, brain cancer for years. And when she died, it was right over Easter holidays. And I was working at a restaurant at the time, and I had to work. It was Easter, and I missed a lot of the visitation, even though I was there for the burial. It hurts to this day that I had to miss a bunch of it. So yeah, I would say I cried a good long time over that, and still do sometimes.
Sorry to hear that.
It's life, it's things you have to deal with. As a human being, it's things you have to deal with. So yeah, but that's the.
I've dealt with that before. Actually, last year my sister passed away, and it was actually probably one of the most roughest moments of my life, honestly. And if it wasn't for the fandom and all the guys at Man EFR and all my friends out there, I seriously wouldn't have made it. I'm not kidding. Like, this fandom alone has really changed my life, and I hope it has for everyone else, because it's amazing.
It is. Next.
Sorry, gathering up my thoughts.
Yes.
Pokelink, for Dusty.
Yeah.
From where comes your nickname?
Oh, where comes my nickname? Well, my last name is Rhodes. So one male child every generation in my family got the nickname Dusty. My dad's dad got it, and then I got it after a particularly aggressive baseball game in high school, where I did a bunch of sliding and a bunch of diving, because I played right field. And all the guys on the team started calling me Dusty, so basically it stuck. And the cat comes from, I grew up in Michigan, and I always had an affection for cats, either cats that you have in your house or bobcats and lynxes. So I basically went with the cat moniker, DustyKatt, in other fandoms, and it just stuck. It's just one of those things where I had to grab something back in the early days of the internet, back when you had nothing but news groups. You didn't have the World Wide Web. It didn't even exist. So basically you had to have some sort of moniker to stick out when you were talking to people. So it basically ended up being DustyKatt. And it's been that way ever since the dawn of the internet, as it was. So yeah, it's been around for a while, and I don't think I'll be changing it anytime soon. Screwy.
Sorry, I'll just read through the questions. From TechRat. Question. I like this question. It's creative. A character from MLP is offered the chance to join the Avengers. Who accepts the offer, and what is their superhero name / powers?
What?
It's an Avengers question. I had asked it. Okay, say the main six. One of the main six was given a superpower. What would it be, and what would their nickname be?
Oh, I see. Okay. You got anything, Zach?
Use the creativity noggin here.
If any of the main six was a superhero, I like the idea of Twilight as Spider-Man, kinda.
Sort
of.
Interesting. I would see Fluttershy having the superpower of invisibility. Follow me here. Follow me. So that she could sneak in to certain places and learn information that Princess Celestia would need. Sneak into the Griffin Kingdoms and come back with tasty bits of information that the Equestrian Royal Guard would need. I can see that. That's mine, yeah. Next.
This one's from Chaotic Harmony. What is your, this is for Zach, what is your favorite kind of pony?
Probably Pegasus, I'd have to say. Just because even before this show came along, I always thought that the Pegasus was a cool idea for an animal. So now that this show kind of made them even cooler.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a horse that you can ride in the air and fly. You can't get more awesome than that.
Well, I like the fact that in this show that they're so expressive when they're flying. I mean, Rainbow Dash does all this stuff like she'll like in with the tornado, right? She's in the library, walking back and forth like Patton in front of the screen with her arms folded behind her, and all she's doing is flapping, going back and forth. It's like, okay, General Patton, what are we gonna do now? We're gonna take to the beach at Normandy. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. So, yeah, very expressive when she talks, just flapping along and just bodies all over the place. I kind of like what they do with the Pegasi. Pegasuses.
Pegasus.
Next.
This one's from K4. Zach, what would you like to see in Season 3?
Basically, just more awesome stuff like Season 2 and 1, I guess. Shoot, there was one thing I wanted... I guess it'd be kind of cool if they stuck Surprise in there, just as a really, really tiny little cameo, but didn't point any attention to it.
Sort of like Derpy.
Maybe, yeah, kind of like Derpy. Just like a little background thing. I guess you could kind of say they already did that with that Wonder Bolt with their colors, so... It's just... I don't know. Can't really think of anything else. I mean, the show's just so awesome enough as it is. I'd rather not know what's coming, because it's even more fun that way. Let the animators do their own thing, be surprised by it.
Oh, yeah. That kid out of the Philippines who's dumping stuff onto the internet about the one who dumped the song and the one who dumps all of the clues. I don't like that. I wish that he'd stop. I don't want to know. I want a fresh episode every week that is going to surprise me and make me happy. I don't want to know what's coming up. When the Smile song was released, I was so hot. I was so angry. It's like I don't want to know. Thank God I never heard it. I stayed away from it. I didn't play it. I didn't hear it until the show happened, and I tried very hard not to actually hear it. So I was I just didn't like that he'd done that. I hope he got his comeuppance.
I don't really have that much against spoilers as long as they're not like mega huge. Yeah. Little hints and stuff are okay because it kind of keeps you interested. But I'm not like militantly against them. I guess.
Next.
This one's from this one's actually from Final Draft from ages ago, and I finally get around to asking it. Is Zach, what kind of dogs do you have there?
Oh, gosh, they are 2 Basset Hounds, and the
that's why.
Yeah. The one that won't shut up actually has a blue eye and a brown eye, so he's our Desu Kawaii dog.
That's funny.
This one's from Luna. Question is, would you support the New Lunar Republic or the Solar Empire?
Ooh, trick question.
That's a famous question for every show.
Yes, it is.
Whichever one Dusty doesn't pick.
What?
Oh,
Oh, ho, ho.
rivalry.
Oh.
Oh,
I guess you're kissing Celestia's butt then.
I am okay with this.
She's got a
Not as
huge-
much as JJ is okay with this, but still.
Not as much as JJ's okay with us, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's enough John Joseco that I need to take a drink.
He's an awesome dude.
He is Mr. Joseco. I think we got time for two more questions, Screwy.
Okay,
Final two.
this one's the final two.
Final two.
This one's from Bolt. Question for all three. Oh, okay. What do you think of the leaked extended intro theme? Intro.
I don't think it was leaked because it was actually on the it was on the hub
Yeah.
site. That wasn't leaked. They gave it.
I think it was leaked like a couple of days before the actual DVD came out, so I guess it technically was leaked. But
Oh, I didn't know it was leaked. I actually didn't see it until it came out on the Hasbro site, so I didn't know it was leaked. But I happen to love it. I'm very happy that they actually gave it to us. You know, when earlier in the series they had these extended mixes that they didn't give to us, and we actually found them in really weird-looking Twilight Sparkle dolls. It was like, yeah. So I'm happy. I'm happy they gave it to us. I loved it, and I have it downloaded on my smartphone. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Yeah. I like how there's one part where they say the word surprise and they have Pinky jumping the screen, and I'm like, yeah, they know what they did there.
Mhm. See what they did there? Yes.
Yep.
every time I hear it, I always shed manly tears. I gotta admit. This one's from Derpy Queen of Muffins.
Okay.
I'll put it for both you guys. What is the happiest moment in your life that you can remember?
Ooh. You got one, Zach?
I can't really answer this because I'm kind of not really a gamer and I've never played it. I guess Heavy's pretty cool though. I guess. Don't hate me if I sound stupid.
Was
saying
that the question? I thought the question was the happiest moment in your life to date.
Oh, I thought it was. Wow, never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking here.
What was the question you thought I said? Because now you're making me interested.
I thought you said who's your favorite Team Fortress 2 member?
You know what? Do that one too, because I want to know that.
Well, that's what I just said.
You just said that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Happiest moment. Probably the happiest recent moment was when Sibsy tweeted that picture I drew on her DeviantArt. That was pretty freaking rad.
Yeah. That's cool. That was cool.
I think the happiest.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think the happiest moment that could happen in the future is getting that letter from DHX saying, "Please come down here and help us make this show because you're so awesome."
That would be awesome. I'm telling you.
Right?
Oh my
I
goodness.
would die.
Absolutely.
Then I'd wake up. Then I'd die
let's see.
again, and then I.
Then you'd die again. And then you'd explode. You'd explode twice.
Die twice and explode twice. Jeez.
I'm for me, plenty of great moments in my life that made me happy. First time I won a motocross national. The first time the first time my high school team won the district championship in high school baseball. The first time that my high school football team won the league championship in 43 years was a team I was on. The first time that, I got to play adult league softball with both my brothers and my dad on the same team. So it was, there's a lot of great moments in my life. I couldn't really pick one that I could really point out. Lots of great times. And with that, I think that will, unless there's like some really great question in there, Screwy, I think we're done.
People kind of. I'll go for this one. Fine, chaotic. I'll go for it. So, jeez. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen scootaloo?
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen scootaloo? It actually depends on the propelling force, okay? And that squared minus the root of pi would probably end up to being about 12. Yeah, I'd say 12. What do you think, Zach?
Pineapple.
I'd have to put pineapple. I forgot to put the pineapple in the equation. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. I really did. So, anyway, that is the evening's program. So, thank you all for coming. Thank you, Zach, for showing up. And thank you, Screwy, for your help once again. And we're going to go through this week's set of shows, seeing this is Monday. We have a big slate of shows for you this week. We have, again, Equestria Inquirer, the comedy and news show straight from Ponyville. And that is Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And I hear they've got a couple of special guests this week, including some bald guy who likes to flap his gums in this time slot right here. And Sketchy Sounds. Sketchy Sounds has a live songcast. He's going to be playing guitar and singing for you live on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And that is, the next show is Lunar Republic Takeover. That's our all-request show Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Your Princess Nightmare Moon takes over this station and gives you what you want. So come and take it. And a new show. I wonder if you've heard of this. New show, Saturday Night Songs with Michelle Krieber. Yes, that Michelle Krieber. Every Saturday night, Michelle will, who is the voice actress of Apple Bloom and the singing voice of Sweetie Belle, will premiere a new song cover and also be in the IRC chat with you every week, every Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss it. And then we have State of Brony, Trance, Electro, and House show. That is Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Radiant Eclipse podcast has moved its time slot. Radiant Eclipse podcast is now Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Okay? So that is our slate of shows for the week. Now, here's something special. You're all here to hear this. Everybody who didn't come is not going to be here for this. Ha 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 ha. Andrea Libman interview will go live tonight. Pretty much a little time after this show is over. So, you want to hang around because it's a brand new interview done here on Everfree Radio with the one, the only Andrea Libman. So, you want to be here, I want to be here, I'm sticking around. So I'm gonna watch it. What about you, Zach? You sticking around? Zach, you still there?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll
He's
try to.
he's comprehending with the news. He's like, what?
The news, oh my goodness, the news. Andrea Libman interview is going to be when? I'm slack-jawed and flabbergasted. No, he was actually reading Tumblr. So, weren't you? You were reading Tumblr, weren't you?
Yes. I wasn't hypnotized by your hypnotic voice at all. No.
Yes. So, that is our slate of shows for the week. Thank you all for coming once again. All you viewers and all you listeners coming to watch my show and watch me just be me. So, for Final Draft, for 8-Track, for everybody at Everfree Radio, for Zach and for Screwball, I want to thank you once again, and we'll see you next week.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we'll be back soon. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.